Hey everyone, it's Mike here, and before this kind of podcast thing starts, I just want to explain what's going on. So, originally, we were going to do a video review of this, but as you'll hear later on, the camera cut off, like, way early into us recording it, and so we just said, fuck it, we're just gonna make it a podcast thing. So, yeah, this is our first ever podcast. And so throughout towards the end mostly, we're gonna be switching back and forth between audio from me and Aaron to audio from me and Nicholas, because Nicholas could only record his part on a separate day, so that's why it might sound a bit weird. But yeah, there'll be a link to download this so you can listen to it offline on SoundCloud. And if y'all want to see more of this, let us know. Alright, thanks. Peace.
Ba ba ba.
That has nothing to do with what we're reviewing.
Oh. I'm sorry. My neighbor's country music got into me yesterday.
That's not even country!
I know. But I don't know.
Okay.
Alright.
So, what's up, y'all? This is Sanchez, Broz here. And we're doing something a little different. We got kind of a setup, I guess. It's like...
We're in Michael's room.
We're literally in my room, and there's 2 clamp lights. It's a really cheap setup if you really look at it. Oh my god. Anyways, we're doing something a little bit different. We're trying out this new segment, I guess, on our channel where we just watch movies and we talk about them. We review them.
Review.
Cause that's original on YouTube.
Yeah.
But then again, you're not here for quality content.
You're not wrong.
All right. The movie we're reviewing today is one of my favorite movies, and that I recently bought on Blu-ray. It's Return of the Living Dead. We used this one. I think this one's like the 30th
Anniversary.
Yeah, I think it's the 35th.
35th anniversary.
35th anniversary. I think when this was released, it was maybe like 30th or something. I don't know. It's an anniversary edition. But it's the same movie. It's not really much. Oh, but there's zombie subtitles.
So the zombies.
They literally don't do shit.
They have their own language.
It's literally just when the zombies go all you see is on the screen. It's just in spooky writing.
But it's Morse code for ow, it hurts.
It's Morse code for Okay. So let's get into. I have a thing set up here because we're trying to do a format here.
Formatted. We're trying to be organized this time.
We're trying to be organized, but it's not working.
You know.
So obviously the film is Night of the. Oh God, we're already fucking.
Return of the Living Dead.
The Return of the Living Dead.
Return of the Living Dead.
The Return of the Living Dead. Jesus Christ. It's directed by Dan O'Bannon. So we got the cast. The cast is fucking great. So we got first of all we got Clu Gallagher. I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name right. I am sorry, but sir, you are a legend. He plays Bert, who's the warehouse owner. He also is the dad from Nightmare on Elm Street 2, if you remember that. That's where I immediately knew him from. I know he's been in a whole bunch of different movies like westerns and stuff like that. Yeah, part 2. Jesse's dad.
Oh.
Jesse! Come back here, Jesse! Jesse, goddammit! He says that a lot in this movie, too.
God damn it!
In fact, if I have time, I'm gonna edit just like a little edit every time it says, God damn it!
God damn it!
Then we got James Karen, who plays Frank, which, this dude is all over the place. I'm gonna try and go back and count every single time he says, "Oh Jesus!" But he's great. He's great.
For his role, he's great.
He is great. Ernie Kaltenbrunner.
That is the morgue guy.
That's right. Okay. I was like, why does it sound so familiar? So Don Calfa plays Ernie. And he's honestly one of my favorites in this movie in terms of the human like survivor characters.
He's the smartest one.
He's the smartest one. He's the most logical one.
Yeah. He's the one who doesn't panic under pressure.
And also, he talks a lot about rigor mortis.
Kendrick.
Aaron literally says that every single time the word rigor mortis comes on. So we got Tom Matthews, who plays Freddy. Freddy is kind of the main guy from the group of friends that they're all trying to meet up with. He's played Tommy Jarvis in the Friday the 13th. I believe it's part 6. Part 6, Jason Lives.
Wait.
Because he doesn't play young Tommy Jarvis. That's the guy who plays Mouth in the Goonies.
No, but doesn't he come out in 4? No, he doesn't. No.
4 is young Tommy Jarvis. 5 is played by a different actor. And then part 6 is the Tommy Jarvis that everyone knows. Well, at least the older one. A lot of people know Corey Feldman, who played him as a kid.
Okay.
Anyways, different franchise.
Different.
But he plays Freddy. Freddie
Mercury.
He's alright.
Yeah.
He's alright in this movie.
Yeah, you know, Radio Gaga.
Like he's a cool character. I like his slow transformation into a zombie. Spoiler alert. But
you just had to say it, didn't you?
Well, I mean, we're talking about a movie that came out in 1984. Okay, all right. Let's continue on with the thing. You got Beverly Randolph as Tina, which is basically your typical girl next door, innocent voice and everything.
Tina Cochina.
And she's basically she's the one that's terrorized throughout the entire movie, from the Tar Man to zombies and Freddy when he turns into a zombie. Spoiler alert.
You better edit that.
Okay. We got John Fibbin as Chuck. Chuck is basically Chuck just wanna fuck.
Chuck just wanna fuck. That reminds me of a young Damien at his prime.
There's only probably 3 people in our audience that are gonna know who we're talking about. Well, and then you got Jewel Shepard. I have nothing against this actress. I haven't seen her in anything else, but I just feel like the character Casey was very...
I hate her.
It was very over the top.
She sucks.
Like every time she was trying to convey emotion, she does like this. You know what I'm saying? But then again, this whole movie is filled with like cheesy, over the top acting. Yeah. And that's what makes it great.
I don't know, I just didn't like her character.
And then we got the man, the myth, the legend, Miguel A. Nunez Jr. And he plays Spider. He's if I was to pick like a person from the human survivor group, that was my favorite character. It would probably be also Miguel.
Which was
Spider.
Spider, which is AKA the guy from Kicking It Old School, the black.
He's also in Scooby-Doo, sacrificing that chicken.
Voodoo Man.
He's also in a whole bunch of different things. I also found out that he was actually homeless.
Yeah, no.
When he was filming this.
Oh yeah.
And the cast never knew. He was always there, just ready to go and everything, and yeah, nobody knew that he was homeless.
That's good.
Until like way after the fact, and he brought it up. So shout out to you, bro.
Shout out.
I highly doubt he'll see this, but
just in case,
just that little percent chance, maybe. So we got Brian Peck, who plays Scuzz. He's the guy who has the orange mohawk. He's one of the punk dudes in the group, and he's the one that gets killed by the half zombie lady that they bring in to interrogate later on in the film. Also, fun fact: that actor. Brian Peck, his agent didn't want him going out for this movie because he always played the nice boy and stuff like that, and his agent said, no, you don't fit this role at all. These are punk rockers. And so he basically went against his agent, and he went for the role and he got it. So yeah, shout out to you.
Shout out to you for getting bit in the head.
Oh yeah, there was also there was a thing where they actually had a tube that wrapped around his neck and to his head. And since he had a mohawk, it you can't see it, and that's where all the blood's squirting out.
That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. The magic of filmmaking. I watch a lot of documentaries
Practical effects.
I watch a lot of documentaries of how things are filmed.
Yes, he also watched a 4-hour documentary of how Nightmare on Elm Street was created.
Yeah, it was great. Never Sleep Again. Recommend it.
He stood up 4 hours.
Yeah.
At 2 in the morning, or was it 12 in the morning?
I think I finished at 2.
He finished at 2.
Yeah. I'm also
wanted to watch an 8-hour documentary.
I'm in the middle of that 8-hour documentary about Friday the 13th. I'm on part 4. So, anyways, moving on. We got Linnea. Is that how you pronounce it? Linnea Let me get this right before I say it. Linnea Quigley. Linnea Quigley. I am so sorry if I butcher her name. I'm so sorry if I butcher anyone's names.
I give this woman so much props.
I give her so much. She plays Trash. Trash is, like, she's the one that, like, she gets naked. She just gets butt-ass naked.
Butt-ass naked.
I would like to say that scene was trash.
But very iconic.
Get it? Get it?
Yes.
It's I said it's trash because her name is Trash. And
yes.
It's, trash and trash. Okay. But no, shout out to her. Like, I heard that, I don't know if this is true or not. I need to rewatch the interviews, but, like, she got hypothermia because she was legit naked. On set.
Majority of the movie.
Yeah, and
when it was raining.
And it was raining. Not like actual rain, but like the film rain. So, like, it rains harder than actual rain. And so they were filming at night in LA, and she got hypothermia from it. But yeah. Also, she wasn't completely naked, technically, because they had, like, a little thing called a Barbie strip, and you just, they put it on they put it on the thing down there, and then they, it looks like it's,
You know how the Barbies like don't have a, junk down there? That's how she looked. And you can you can see it.
Then we got Suicide, man. No one understands Suicide.
No one understands me,
Mark
man.
Venturini, man.
Get off me, man. Stop grabbing my dick, man.
Have some fucking respect for the dead. Mark Venturini, he plays Suicide, and he's great. He's just great. This is a way of life, man.
No one understands me.
Fuck you, man.
You're gonna pay for gas, man. You're gonna pay for gas.
And then we got Jonathan Terry as Colonel Glover, which I don't have really much to say. I mean, he plays a colonel in the military. It's not really much to give on him. But yeah, he was cool. He was fine. I didn't really have a problem with his character. He kind of nuked everyone, but yeah.
Spoiler.
And then we got the man, the myth, the legend. Y'all probably don't know him, but he is Alan Trotman, and he plays the Tarman. Tarman is hands down one of the best characters in this film. Like, there's no doubt about it. From his look, from his, the way that he walks, to the actor's actual physical, like, physique of the Tarman, is great. I could go on and on about, like, the design process and, his acting process for Tarman, because and Brains! Okay, so, that's the cast. They don't mention Colonel Glover's wife, but shout out to you. I don't know your name, but,
shout out to those 2 paramedics. Shout out to you.
And shout out to every single paramedic and cop that just got... Especially that dude that got fucking edge speared by the guy and did a freaking whole 180 flip.
And he had the most powerful magnum in the world.
Of the cop. That's the cop. That was different.
No, but you didn't see him get tackled like fucking WWE
status?
Yeah,
but you didn't see the paramedic that got tackled and then like he did a front flip because he got tackled so hard by one of the zombies?
Oh, I don't know. I saw the other one. The fucking
it was great.
He got tackled like Goldberg fucking tackled his ass.
It was great. Holy shit. But yeah, those guys. Well, I don't know. We're kind of giving our thing from the.
This is a general class.
Yeah, it's like a fandom website that we're pulling the cast and stuff from. There's probably other places that have the full cast, but these are the main casts of the film. So basic synopsis. So to give a basic synopsis of the film, it's this guy Freddy. He just got a job at this medical warehouse place, and then his coworker Frank says that Night of the Living Dead was based on real events. Freddy doesn't believe him. They go downstairs where he told them military canisters have the things that the movie was based on. He is like, oh, this is American ingenuity, and then smacks it like with the power of Zeus or some shit enough to...
Because Freddy thought that it wasn't gonna...
That he was afraid it was gonna leak.
Yeah.
And so the chemical gets out. It reanimates some things. It reanimates a dead body that they had at that warehouse.
Which doesn't look like a dead body, which looks like a fucking mannequin Caillou looking ass. Fucking.
No. Okay. That's pretty funny. So then they call Bert, who's the owner, and then they come. And then this is where we find out that...
but before that, there was a half dog.
Yeah.
Because there were stuffed animals.
Yeah, because the chemical releases all over the warehouse. There's a half dog.
Because there's a bunch of dead shit.
There's a lot of dead bodies and a lot of stuff used for...
come alive.
Used for medical supplies and whatnot. And so there's these like half dogs that veterinarians use, and those come to life. And I'm really glad that they use like animatronics and stuff for most of this. And then they find out that the cadaver that they have in the freezer that they, use for military ballistics.
Looking ass,
Yeah. So he comes back to life. And when Bert comes, when they call Bert over, they try and, they open the door to the freezer. And then the cadaver, he's all yellow and shit.
And then he's
well, that's most of the zombies in this movie.
I know, but that guy was fucking...
And so like they try and hold him down. Bert gets a pickaxe and Minecrafts his dome. And that's where we find out that these zombies don't die. You shoot them in the head, you cut off their arms, legs, heads, everything.
It starts cutting everything off, and that shit's still alive.
It's still alive. And so they go to Ernie's. Right? Ernie? That's his name, right?
Yes, Ernie. Yes.
They go to Ernie's, and Ernie is the mortician who is across the street, which is also the same graveyard that the Freddy's friends are hanging out and partying and stuff. That's where we get the trash scene. Super trash. I mean, I wasn't complaining.
It was a great scene.
It was a great scene. I don't know. It's well directed, well choreographed, well acted. I think it's a pretty good scene. Yeah. I don't know why. I just can't think of any reason why. I just like it. Just.
And according to the friends, it wasn't the first time.
Oh yeah, that's true. And I don't think Nicholas had a problem with it.
Yeah. I saw boobies on the telly.
Oh god. So they take the body. Actually, let me just pull up the thing so then we can follow along.
Why don't you just
say it from memory?
Okay. Summarize it fucking quick.
So basically, they take the body to Ernie's to burn the body to ashes. So they burn the body, but the chemical gets released in the air, and it's gloomy, and it starts raining, and the rain is acid rain, and it goes into the earth, and it brings all the dead bodies in the graveyard to life, which starts the best sequence, in my opinion, of the entire film, is when it starts off with the really, obviously fake skeleton, coming out from the grave, and then his jaw just drops, and then the music drops.
It's party time!
We're gonna party! And then, typical,
shit,
That's not Beastie Boys. What are you talking?
I said type of music. Type of music.
Okay.
I said type of music. I didn't say
Okay.
So
All right. So the dead start coming back to life. Yada yada yada. Trash is eaten, because that's how she wanted to go out.
She didn't want to go out like that.
She was saying how that.
Oh, I know. That she didn't want fucking. Well, she wanted old man touching her and shit, but not fucking zombies and shit.
Well, no, but
she just died because she's stupid.
Yeah. Yeah.
She fucking fell and fucking didn't want to fucking get up.
So yeah, the zombies eat trash. Everyone else gets away. Literally everyone else.
And they get split up.
Oh my god. No. We skipped over an entire thing.
What?
When Tina goes. Tarman. We skipped fucking Tarman.
Oops.
Okay. Alright. Back up. Rewind it. Okay. So, it's getting pretty late. Tina's wondering where Freddy's at. It's already 10 o'clock, so she goes to the warehouse, and no one's there because they brought the body already to Ernie's.
This is before they burn the body. Sorry.
And so she goes, no one's there, and she's all doing her, Freddy, why? Shit like that, Come That's how she did it.
That's the funniest shit, man.
And so she figures Freddy's downstairs because she hears something.
No, she saw his hat.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, she saw his hat.
That's why she was like, "Oh, if his hat's right here,
then he must be downstairs in the basement." Like what? What? Anyway, okay. Anyways,
typical horror movie shit.
It is. It's typical 80s horror, which I love. So she goes downstairs, and so she's wondering where Freddy's at, and then comes out the best character in this film.
Brains?
The Tar Man.
Brains.
And my God, is he creepy as shit. Like, I remember they were talking about the design of him, and they designed it based off of this artist who does a lot for, and a lot of comic books and whatnot. And his design for Tar Man was based a lot on, like, Tales from the Crypt comics, Creep Show, all those kinds of horror comics from back in the day.
It was like a creepy, goofy...
It's a creepy, goofy-looking monster. Obviously, if you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about.
It's like if Goofy was, all bones and, like, without the nose, It
was like Goofy's personality, but in a creepy-ass zombie.
Yeah, pretty much. Wanting brains.
Yeah. And that's the thing, too, with this movie. The zombies talk. They, like, straight up talk. They, like... Every time they swarm a paramedic or every time they swarm a thing, they talk.
We haven't got that far yet.
We haven't. My bad. Rewind!
You're jumping the gun. Piece of shit. Okay, so back to the Tar Man.
So she meets Tar Man. She goes, "Oh my God, it's a Tar Man!" And she starts. She doesn't say. No, I know she doesn't. But so she runs up the stairs. But then it's said in the beginning of the film that when Freddy and Frank were going down the stairs, now Frank says, "Oh, watch the third step, it's broken," or whatever. And so Tina doesn't know that, so she's running upstairs, and then boom, she falls through, obviously. And then the Tar Man's right behind her, coming up, and then she falls all the way through, and the Tar Man's like, "Oh, well, fuck, man, I gotta go back downstairs." And so she makes the Tar Man work, go into there, and then she runs into a fucking locker.
A locker, ladies and gentlemen.
She locks herself in a locker.
With a pipe.
With a pipe.
But...
Excuse me?
Little did she know. Tar Man had way more
These brains. Zombies are smart.
Yes, they are very smart.
When
they want brains, they get their brains.
He rigs up a whole thing.
He grabs a chain
hooks it to the door, and then makes a crank out of it. And freaking is opening the door, and this is where the rest of the gang come, because that's when the rain starts pouring.
Yeah, and they want to go.
All right, now let's forward now back to where we were. So the rain starts pouring.
Wait, no, because then hold on.
No, the rain starts pouring, and then
before that,
what?
Oh, actually,
the rain starts pouring. That's why they go to the warehouse. Oh, yeah, because they go to the car, but the car has no windows. And then so they say, "Fuck it, let's go inside the warehouse to get out of the rain."
Okay. Sorry. I don't know what I thought you were talking.
Don't test me about this movie. But yeah, so everyone, all the Scooby and the gang go to the warehouse, and then so they hear Tina, and then they go downstairs. And Suicide's just like, "Ruh-roh, what the hell is that?" And he pulls the sheets, and then there's Tar Man. He says, "More brains," and Suicide fucking dies.
He gets eaten.
He gets eaten. Well, he gets chomped on like twice, and then Tar Man sees the other guy, the Scooby and the gang, and he says, "More brains," and then he starts chasing after them, and then they run. They lock the door behind them, and then they say, "Fuck it," and run back to the cemetery. Why would you run back to the cemetery? Like, why? You could run anywhere else. But anyways, without that, we wouldn't have had the best sequence in the film where all the dead bodies start coming out. Because they hear like I don't know, what is it, a fucking cat?
No, like a cry.
I know it is, but it sounds like a cat or some shit. Yeah. But then, yeah, that's when the sequence happens. All the zombies start coming out of the grave, which is great. Trash fucking dies. And And then it cuts to them inside the mortuary, like finishing up the ashes and whatnot. And then
Freddy and
Frank. Oh wait, but they call the paramedics though.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah, but they call the paramedics before the dead start rising. Dead rising. Sorry. So beforehand, I'm not gonna go back or anything. So the paramedics have been called because Freddy and Frank are sick. Spoiler alert: they're turning into zombies. They're dying, but they don't know it yet. And so they bring the paramedics over, and then they check their pulse or whatever, and they have no pulse. Their temperature is room temperature and stuff like that. And then that's when you hear Tina and Spider and Scuzz. I'm so sorry. They don't say his name.
They only say it once.
They probably say it once, and that was like
before he died.
Yeah.
They said it before he died.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, Scuzz, no.
So yeah. So it's the three of them. They're pounding on the door. And so they let him in, and they say that there's zombies around everywhere, and then we get the good old, Clue Gulliger. God damn it! I fucking love when he says that. Jesus!
There's hundreds of them.
God damn it!
Did you just say hundreds?
God damn it, Harry! God damn it, Frank! God damn it, Jesse! I'm sorry, I've seen Never Enough Street too many times. So now there's zombies everywhere. Chuck and Casey run back to the warehouse because the zombies are fucking sprinting at them. These zombies run, by the way.
Like World War Z run. Like,
well, maybe not to that extreme, that fast, but they run regardless, and you can't kill them.
Regardless.
So. After that, the paramedics say, "All right, we're gonna get our equipment and whatnot," and then the paramedics fucking die.
They get eaten.
They get eaten and they get swarmed.
That nigga gets tackled in the car, like fucking some WWE shit. Like it's fucking.
No, that's the second paramedics that come. So wait, after the first paramedics are eaten.
Wait, I want to change my favorite part of the
movie. Well, we haven't even got to that. Oh my god. Okay.
This is taking too long.
This is taking too long. So they call a bunch of paramedics and cops, and they get fucking swarmed every single time. And so basically,
the zombies call the cops every time.
Yeah, the zombies call, send more paramedics, send more cops. Which I don't know why the dispatch listens to that when it's not even the police officer's voice.
It's kind of stupid.
They don't give a code or nothing. They just say, send more paramedics, send more cops.
Well, maybe because they have to deal with the situation.
I don't know. Maybe. There's probably a logical reason. I don't know how dispatches work in, the medical field or the police field. Aaron, can you check if it's still recording?
Yeah. No.
When did it cut off?
I don't know. What part did it leave off?
When we were talking about the halfway through the cast.
Are you serious?
Yeah. You know what? We're just gonna do this as a podcast thing. It's already recorded.
Wait, but we're supposed to record it.
You know what? No, we're gonna do it as a podcast thing. Fuck it.
Are we really?
Yeah, we're still going. All right, where do we leave off at? Oh yeah, so the police and everyone, they get swarmed every single time, and then and Scuzz dies in the process, and they when they're trying to board up the house. Oh, and they find out why the zombies eat brains, and that's because it hurts to be dead, and eating brains relieves the pain because of the half zombie that they have that they captured when Scuzz died. And so they devise a plan. They lock Freddy and Frank in a room because they're turning into zombies. And then they're trying to come up with a way to.
They're trying to
escape,
to baptize them, to revelate them.
with what was it, sulfuric acid or nitric acid, I think it was. So Freddy finally turns. He finally tries to eat Tina's brains, but then whoever's left, Spider is actually the only one left other than Tina in the gang. So him, Frank and Bert, no, not Frank, Ernie. Ernie and Bert come in. Spider comes in and fucking Triple H's fucking Freddy with a sledgehammer and shit. And then, so they get him out, and then Frank, he kind of just sneaks out in the background.
Doesn't even like, nobody even notices.
He's just like, fuck this shit, I'm out. So yeah, he leaves, and so they lock Freddy in because he's fully turned. They throw acid at his eyes, so then they're able to close the door and whatnot. And then they drop the freaking bench on Ernie's foot. And so now it's broken and he can't go anywhere. So now it's just... I don't know how, but now it's just Spider and Bert that need to make the getaway and then come back and get the others. And so... and so they go back out and then they what was it? Yeah, they go back out, they get the car. And then they go, like, to get the other people, but they get the car gets swarmed, so they back out, and they're going to circle back. And then there's, like, a whole sequence where they're driving, and there's a whole bunch of zombies just running down the road at them. And that's where we get the biggest flaw that I've seen in this film. What?
Oh, you're supposed to wait till what's good or what's bad about the
movie. We'll get to that then in our thing.
On
our next segments. And so they make it to the warehouse, and so they meet up with Casey and Chuck, who we forgot to mention are still alive. They just locked themselves in the warehouse. I mean, nothing really happened.
Because Chuck is still not fucked.
Chuck is still trying to fuck, though. He's still trying to fuck. And then Casey, is acting her life out. I don't want to die, Jack. I always wanted you. But hold me. Okay. So they get back, and then they try and find a phone. The phone's in the basement, but Tarman's still in the basement. So they open the door, and Bert uses a baseball bat to knock his block off, and they lock themselves in the basement. While Ernie and Tina are going. They're still in the morgue. They're going up to the attic. Because Freddy's trying to break into the door. And so they lock themselves in the attic while Freddy, breaks through and his eyes are all fucked up and shit, And so Bert finally calls the number on the thing, and that's when we get, Colonel Glover. Colonel Glover has been waiting for this opportunity because he was assigned that mission. And so... they give him his coordinates of where they're at, what's going on, and whatnot, and then they fucking nuke them.
Like Nagasaki nuke.
Fuck. Yeah, they nuke them. They just straight up nuke them. I remember Nicholas was watching this. He was like, "Bro, are they gonna fucking nuke them? Bro, they're fucking nuking them, bro." Oh man,
fucking nuking them, bro.
And then you just hear the bomb falling, and everyone fucking dies. And then the colonel's talking to I don't know, his supervisor or something, and said, "Yep, it was a good strike. We got a lot of it. Oh, don't worry about the fires or anything. The rain.
Only 4,000 people died.
Only 4,000 people died. It's a good day." And then they're like, "Don't worry about the fires. The rain is taking care of that." But little do they know that the fires and the smoke and everything from the nuclear bomb still has the fucking chemicals of the thing, and then it starts raining, and then the dead come back once again. And that's how the film ends.
Ta-da!
So that's our short synopsis.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, God. So yeah, that's our short synopsis of the film.
Hey, we can't get demonetized anymore.
No, we can.
Oh, we can.
Probably. I don't know. YouTube will find a way. Okay, so let's see. So we're gonna move on to another segment, which is things that we liked. So I'll start. Aaron, what are some things that you liked in the film?
Some things that I liked was the practicalness of it. They didn't try too hard to make it look like a 80s film. They just used like, I don't know how I would explain that. Like it's, they didn't try like Back to the Future or like the Goonies and stuff like that. Like they made it their own shit. You know, they weren't trying to make it like, oh, it's like the best movie. You know, they fucking just did whatever they wanted to do. Which I like. That's why I enjoyed it a lot. And I just liked the practical effects of the zombies. I liked how the zombies looked. They didn't look too fucking stupid or fucking too typical, you know. But yeah, and the music was pretty good.
Okay, cool. All right, so some things that I liked was all the practical effects, whether it be like the deaths or the zombies and stuff like that. Obviously, this movie wasn't
and
like
the pudding and the chocolate.
No, Bill Cosby. I'm trying to get the money. But yeah, I like the practical effects, the gore, the zombies each had their own unique design to them. I like the concept of it where it hurts to be dead and eating brains is the only thing that relieves that pain. And also that they're actually smart in this one. They're not just shambling like just mindless corpses.
With the language so was it and exquisite or like very proper. Like, ow.
Exquisite?
Exquisite, there you go.
I think maybe the word?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say.
I don't know. There's a lot of things. There's a lot of things that I liked about this film. I love this film. I love the main soundtrack to it. And then also the Do You Want to Party song is great. And, you know.
I also liked that the spider had a bottle of wine.
Oh yeah, that bottle of wine is never seen in the rest of the film. It's just never seen. But yeah, it was dope. I like the overall tone of it. It was like horror, but it had very subtle comedy. Where like it wasn't like slapstick comedy. Like it was very subtle about it. At least to me, it was.
That's a sneeze slapper.
You know, I don't know why. I just seem to. I don't know why. You know, trash is dancing. I don't know why. It's just something about it. You know, it's just I don't know. I just like I don't know. I mean, I could think of two reasons right off the bat. Oh shit. Okay. Okay. So, Nicholas has finally come on a different day, and so I'm just gonna ask him because he also watched the movie with us.
Hello.
So the mic will be right here. Don't go right next to the mic because then it's gonna. All right. So first off, Nick, what are some things that you liked about Return of the Living Dead?
I like how the zombies were like really intelligent. They were like calling like the paramedics and like the police.
Mm-hmm.
How they would go on the dispatch and they'd say like send more cops or like send more police.
Mm-hmm.
And how like they don't die unless if you like burn them.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was cool.
Okay. So moving on. What are some things we didn't like?
I can think one is obvious that we can both say.
What?
Okay, there's that scene when Spider and Bird are driving in the car.
Oh, okay. This is something I like and I don't like because I know what they were trying to do. So in the film, there's a scene where Bert and Spider are driving off. and then they see a whole bunch of zombies running towards them, and they back up and stuff. They try to get 2 different shots at the same time. The shot of them, like, looking at the zombies running at the car from inside the car, and then from the side. From, like, the side view. I saw what they were trying to do, but what I think they tried to do is they tried to do it at the same time. But, like, when it cuts to the wide shot of the car, like, drifting away from the zombies, you see the camera guy in the passenger seat. Instead of Spider. And there's a random guy in the back of the car. And he's, like, wearing a purple... No, he's wearing a purple shirt. Nobody's wearing a purple shirt in the freaking movie. It was probably, like, a guy who's there for... He's probably, like, a safety supervisor or something like that for the film. But... It's just once you see it, you can't unsee it. It's pretty funny. And it's supposed to be like a scary, tense scene because like there's a bunch of zombies running towards the car. But it's so funny. Like I knew what they were trying to do. And it's just, it was funny. Another thing I didn't like was just Casey. Just her character.
Yeah, I didn't like Casey.
I don't know. And I'm not going to say that the actress sucked because, one, maybe that's how the character was written. Maybe that's what the director wanted. Or maybe, you know, maybe it could be the actress or maybe it could be a combination of both. That's why I don't like, as an actor, I don't like critiquing actors that much. Unless, I know for sure that, you know, I've seen their other work. Like, I haven't seen this actress's other work. So I don't know if there's anything else. Or if she acts like that a lot. But I'm not sure. So I'm not going to judge her. And I'm not going to judge the director or anything. But I just personally, in terms of character-wise, I didn't like her. I felt like you could probably taken out Chuck and Casey. You probably still would have gotten around the same movie.
Yeah.
Because Chuck and Casey were just characters. One wanted to fuck, one didn't. That was it.
Let's get physical.
What's another thing I didn't like? There's a lot of stuff I liked. There's not a lot of stuff I didn't like.
The general.
Oh yeah. The first scene with the general and his wife. I didn't really care about that. I didn't really care. You probably could have taken that out and just had him at the end being called in, and you would have already known that he's just a guy who, you know, who just knows what to do in this situation because he's military.
Yeah.
Because I remember when I first watched it, I forgot that there was actually a scene before that develops Colonel Glover and his wife. And that he's in that position for a reason. I completely forgot that was in the movie. I thought it was just that one scene at the end when he gets the call. And to me, it was still the same movie. So, I don't know. That's just one thing that I didn't like. But yeah, is there anything else you didn't like about it?
No, pretty much same thing as you.
Yeah, alright. What are some things you didn't like about the movie?
I don't know, I thought it was a cool movie. I didn't really like. I didn't like. No, I liked the movie. I didn't like anything. I didn't dislike anything.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay. So, moving on to our favorite characters. My favorite character is the Tarman. Hands down, Tarman is my favorite character in the entire movie. Because, one, his look, his design, it's amazing. It's one of the first, well, it's not one of the first zombies. Well, technically, no. Technically, yeah. He is the first zombie that you see. Also, the way he walks, his physicality, the actor that played Tarman, he's an actor, not a stuntman. Usually they get, directors get stuntmen for these kinds of things. But I don't know if it was the director or someone else, but they said that, no, they had to get an actor for this and not a stuntman, because an actor will bring more life to the character. And that's what this man did. His physique fit, and he's very thin, very scrawny, and the way he went about it is that all of his movements were on purpose, because the Tarman is just held up by his bones and the tar and everything. And so he said that with each movement, he had to make it look like the Tar Man is kind of moving to keep his body in place. And that's why he moves all weird and whatnot. And it's great. I love the Tar Man. But yeah, what about you, Aaron? What's your favorite character?
My favorite is Spider. Jerry Curl, badass,
Played by the man,
the
myth, the legend, Miguel A. Nunez Jr.
But yeah, I just like his character in this movie. He's like one of the smartest characters in this fucking movie.
Oh yeah.
And he's pretty hilarious. Just him acting on his own. He's not even trying it. He's fucking hilarious. Just the tone of like the way he projects the character and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
All right. Who was your favorite character?
Hispanic guy.
You want to be more specific?
The guy with the mullet. No, not the mullet.
Spider.
Yeah, Spider.
Okay. All right. So, moving on to our least favorite character. It's Casey. It's Casey.
Okay.
All right, moving
Next
on.
one.
We've already established it.
Yeah.
Let's see. Who is your least favorite character? Let's see if yours is just like mine and Aaron's.
Trash.
Trash was your least favorite character?
Actually.
No. If you think Trash is your least favorite, if you don't like Trash, then sure. I mean, go for it. I don't care.
Trash was just weird. Trash is just weird.
Okay. So our favorite scenes. Mine, I don't really have a favorite scene, like a specific favorite scene. I just love every scene in which the zombies swarm either the paramedics or the cops. Because that's like literally, that's the only time that you've seen how zombies would actually be. Because like zombie movies, they always have this thing where, this movie does it too when Spider and Bert are running for the car. Where the zombies there's always like this big group of zombies like huddling around the survivors, but they're kind of just standing there, moving zombie-like. They're not like swarming in on them. And, that's not really how zombies would work. It would work the way that each paramedic and policeman died, where they would literally just swarm them and they wouldn't get an opportunity to get away. And I just love that about this movie. So what was your favorite scene, Aaron?
My favorite scene was when... Okay, so there's a scene where Ernie goes outside with his gun, goes to the paramedic to see if they're okay. Finds that, like, he's looking in the car and doesn't see one in the back, doesn't see it in the front. And then, when he closes the door, the paramedics get eaten by this fucking zombie on the floor, like, he's like a fucking midget.
What is an amputee?
It was an amputated zombie. And Ernie shoots it in the head. And, like, he's like, alright, he's dead. And then fucking motherfucker comes up, pops up with no hands, no legs. And fucking goes, ah! Starts chasing Ernie. And it's the funniest shit ever. Because it's like, he's fucking chasing him, and then like he has no legs, he's hobbling, he's like, and then like they cut, you could tell that like this nigga falls, like.
Yeah, no, they were saying in an interview that like he fell in that.
You could tell that like
shot.
he fell, like the actor that played that zombie fell.
I think they should have kept it in. That would have been funny.
Yeah, that would have been funnier, to be honest.
But yeah, what was your favorite scene in the entire movie?
My favorite scene. My parents are here. I think it's when they were on the dispatch. It was kind of cool. I really liked that scene.
Okay.
Because they were showing how smart they were, and they were also running after that. No, before that.
They were always,
They were always running.
Yeah. Okay. Alright, so moving on to our least favorite scene. Mine, it's honestly the first scene with the general and his wife. I don't care about them. Like, they're not really established.
You don't care about how much of a dick he is to her?
No.
Because he already ate, was it lamb chops?
I don't know. For me personally, I didn't like it. I just felt like it was kind of out of place in this film. And I felt like it would have been fine without it.
Wow.
But, I don't know. That was my least favorite scene.
My least favorite scene was when Casey and Chuck, it was an unnecessary scene. You know, if you're gonna shut my nigga Chuck like that, like, come on, man. At least give him a beso or something, a kiss, you know, like something, man. You know, and then this bitch is over here crying, fucking, oh, I fucking hate you, but fucking hold me. Like, that's fucking annoying. Like, that was an unnecessary scene. Like, that didn't help develop the characters whatsoever. Like, I already knew she was like that, so why the fuck you put that scene in there?
I don't know, man. Alright. So, what was your least favorite scene?
The trash scene.
The trash scene. Okay. Alright. Let's move on to another segment that I'm deciding to put in. Overall, what did you think of the movie?
Like, rating and stuff?
Just overall. No, just overall. What did you think of it?
I thought the movie was great. It was very funny and well blended with horror. It was good effects. The casting was great. Well, except for Casey. But
We're shitting on fucking Casey.
But yeah, but I thought it was good overall. You know, the ending kind of like was like, what the fuck, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like it was a bit over the top, but I enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for me overall, I fucking love this movie. I love the tone, the atmosphere, the zombies,
The tits.
the what are you talking about? What tits? There's tits in this movie? What? Wait, hold on. I'm about to go rewatch. There's tits in this movie?
There's boobies on the telly, Michael.
There's boobies on the telly.
There's boobies on the telly.
But yeah, I don't know. This is one of my favorite movies. And you know, we don't talk about the sequels.
Free real estate.
But yeah, overall, I love it. The atmosphere, everything. I love the tar man. I love the designs of the zombies. Just everything about it. So now we have come to our final rating of the film. So Aaron, out of 10, what would you give this film?
8.5.
An 8.5 out of 10. For me, I would give it a solid 9 out of 10. That's mostly because I'm biased and I love this movie.
I know.
Yeah. But if I wasn't and I was watching this for the first time and I know what I know about filmmaking and whatnot, I would give it probably a 7.
Damn.
7.5.
Okay, that's a little more.
Because, like, with me, I love this film, and I know a lot about the behind-the-scenes stuff. But I would say, like, someone... Well, actually, no. Maybe a solid 8. Because, like, Nicholas saw it. And we're going to have him say his stuff about it. And he loved it. So, I don't know. So, out of 10, how would you rate this movie?
Really, it's like a 8.
8 out of 10?
Yeah, 8.5.
8.5? Okay. Well, 8.5 or 8? You gotta make a decision.
Good, a solid 8.
Solid 8?
Yeah, solid 8.
Alright, cool. Lit.
That's it.
Yeah. Aaron, stop looking at bitches on Instagram!
I'm not. Don't say that. I'm not.
Alright. So, y'all, that about wraps it up for this thing. I know this is a bit weird. It's a bit different.
It's I mean, it was a video, but
but my camera cut off. And it was all the way at the beginning. We're already halfway through the video, so this is gonna be different.
The first ever Sanchez Broz podcast.
It's either gonna be in podcast form or it's gonna be like a thing where I'm just editing a whole bunch of pictures and stuff on it. But either way, there's not going to be, like, actual video of us, or maybe I'll show the first half. I don't know. But, yeah, if you want us...
you never know. I could be naked like trash.
No, you're not. Or else I wouldn't be sitting here doing a review with you if you were naked.
Fake
Aaron,
news.
pull up your pants. Aaron.
Shut the fuck. God damn it, Michael! God damn it, Aaron! That Behold me. Alright, I'm done. No more.
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
So, if you want us to review more movies and stuff like that,
stay tuned next week. True believer.
Oh, rest in peace. Goddamn Aaron. Sorry. If you want us to review more movies, I got a good, like maybe 10 Blu-rays on my shelf.
We can live stream too.
We could also, yeah, we could. Well, don't say that.
What?
That's illegal.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
To live stream movies, Aaron, that's illegal. You can't do that. Officers, we are not live streaming any movies of any kind. What Aaron just said is false. Free real estate. Okay, so that about does it for this review.
No, but I'm serious though.
No, he's not. Just saying. For anyone that's listening, who's an officer of the law, he's lying.
It's called Redbox.
I got nothing to say about that. You could probably get it on Redbox, but that's alright.
Y'all.
Okay.
But would you like to sign my petition for the Mighty Scissor? Y'all.
It took me a while to know what you were talking about. It's been a while since I've seen fucking Cat in the Hat.
I'm serious.
Alright, so that about does it for this review. Return of the Living Dead. It's a great film. It was made in 1984. If you guys haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. Especially if you like horror movies, zombie movies, or just, want to see a really cheesy 80s movie.
Stupid.
It's stupid, but it's great, and I love it.
It's fantastic.
Also, you can watch the sequel to it. It's alright, but just after that, don't watch them.
Yeah, after the second one, don't watch it.
After the second one, don't watch them.
They're terrible.
They're pretty terrible. So if you like this video, leave a like. Subscribe if you're new. If you have any movie suggestions, leave them in the comments, and we'll more than likely watch them. But whether we do a review on them, that's a different story. But yeah, if y'all want to see more of this kind of stuff, then let us know. And yeah, we'll see y'all on the next one.
Love, peace, chicken grease.
Later.
Subscribe to Sanchez Bros. We're the best channel.
Subscribe to Sanchez Bros.
Yo, get that ear rape out of here, bro.
Hi. I don't know, it's your channel.
Oh shit.
You do the intro.
Alright, because I like adding some dumb edits like this.
I told you. How you do that?
I hate this channel.